I did not pick up the camera to talk to it the past 2 days. Needless to say, this is the longest vacation we've ever done, and it is a long vacation. Can't really complain about that, but really tiring. So last time I spoke into the camera, we were leaving Yakuts, we were leaving the coast. So we left Yakuts and we made our way down to Crater Lake National Park. In Crater Lake, it was absolutely beautiful. So if you don't know much about Crater Lake, it used to be a volcano that erupted. Volcano erupted, created this valley, essentially a crater, and then it filled with water. It's really big, way bigger than it looks like in any pictures or anything like that. And I hope you guys can hear me very well. The road seems really loud right now. But the water is really blue, like turquoise in some parts, but then like, I don't know, like royal blue, kind of. It's super pretty. And what'd you say, it's like 2,000 feet deep?
Yeah.
In its deepest part, which is crazy. So while we were there, it cost $25 to get into the park, like per car. So we paid that, went in, and we did this 2-mile hike down to where you could, the only spot on the lake where you could get down to the water. We kind of forgot, but there's like this opportunity right down there where you can cliff jump. And I think I would have done it if I had remembered. I think. I've cliff jumped once before, but that time I had a life jacket and a helmet on. This time I wouldn't have, but I think I would have done it. We forgot it was down there, and it was a really steep hike, so it's definitely not something where like if you get down to the bottom you're like, oh, let me run back and get my swimsuit. No. So we were down there. Andrew did take his fishing pole down because you don't have to have a fishing license to fish in Crater Lake. So he was able to take his fishing pole down there, and we did see some fish. Didn't end up catching anything, but it was like, you know what, just go ahead and do it because you get to say that you cast your fishing pole in one of the like coolest, clearest lakes around. And then yeah, touched the water. It was really cold. Just kind of hung out for a little bit. Hiked back up, and then since we still had another 2-hour drive, so it took us 3 hours to get to Crater Lake, and then we still had another 2-hour drive to Bend where we were staying, we decided to kind of head out after that. So we didn't get to see a whole lot more of Crater Lake. There was like some waterfalls that we could have hiked to, and some other things like that. So I would recommend, if you are going to Crater Lake, give yourself an entire day to explore it. That way you can drive around the entire rim and stuff. I don't regret going down there and seeing what we did because I'm happy we at least got to see it. But then after that, we made our way to Bend, Oregon, which ended up being a really cute little town. It's kind of like a larger scale mountain town is the way it made it feel. About 1,000 people population there, but it is kind of like in its own little area. Like there's no, like where we're from in Colorado, like, you know, here's Littleton, here's Lakewood, here's Arvada, here's Highlands Ranch, all the towns are right next to each other. Bend, there's like a couple small towns nearby, but really it's just like you drive, there's Bend. But they had everything you would need there, like for if you were to live there or whatnot. Most big stores, but it's cool because like their downtown area gave you that small town feel. And the Deschutes River flows through, and it's like they have this big old whitewater park that people were surfing on, big old river to tube down. We saw a ton of people tubing down there. We were there on the 4th of July, so we did see their festivities for that. The morning started off with a pet parade, which was awesome, and I think more towns should do that. We saw all sorts of dogs, lots of dogs. We actually didn't see a cat go through it. We did see lots of dogs, birds, like a cockatiel, snakes, lizards, goats, chickens, donkeys, ponies, and horses. I think it's probably everything we saw. All marching through this little parade in downtown Benton, which was awesome. And then they took it over to the park that's right next to the river, had music playing, a bunch of food out there, games, vendors, really kind of cool little like fair kind of. And then we took that time to visit some of the local breweries that are around town, because Bend is known for their breweries. They actually have this thing called the Bend Ale Trail. We didn't do the full thing, but we tried to visit as many breweries on that list as we could. And they were great. Everyone there was super friendly, that we noticed. Ooh, let me turn around. We don't know if this is Mount Hood in front of us.
That's right.
Huh?
It's going away.
Ah! Oh no.
Try it again here in a few.
Darn it. Well, I got a clip of it earlier. We think it's Mount Hood. We're not positive. Either way, it looks like a really cool mountain. The mountains out here, there's little hills, and then it's like bam, mountain, and most of them are volcanoes. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, so we went to a bunch of the breweries. People were really friendly. It's definitely kind of like a younger town, we noticed. And they party for the 4th of July. The locals there, they party hard. But it was really cool. Like everyone, like I said, was super friendly. If we would have had more time there, we definitely would have floated. And then they have a ski resort nearby, Mount Bachelor, that is really known for like downhill mountain biking in the summer, a gigantic ski resort for the winter. So we would have made our way up there too if we had a little bit more time. But we didn't, so we headed out. We tried our first ever Dutch Brothers coffee, which is delicious. I got the Golden Eagle. And now we are on our way to Portland. Like I said earlier, we are exhausted, so tired, but we're gonna make the end of this trip worth it. Gonna try to see last couple more sites. I was hoping to make our way to this waterfall on our way in, but the bummer is we have to return this rental car, and the rental car company was not very friendly about a potential late return. They were gonna charge us up the wazoo. So we're gonna try to get there on time. That's okay, we'll return our car, check into our hotel. Some things that we might try and see while we're in Portland: there's a rose garden that I keep hearing about, a Japanese garden. There's supposed to be a really good, cool, big farmer's market tomorrow that we're gonna go check out. I've heard a lot about this one bookstore. We might kind of pop in and look around. And yeah. And then we fly out on Sunday morning back to our pup dogs and kitties, and hopefully to a little bit of rest, because we have been going non-stop. So we're driving through Mount Hood National Forest. We keep getting glimpses of the mountain. It looks like we're going to right here. Dun, da, da, da. Not quite yet. There it is. So this is a volcano?
Yep.
So it's an active volcano. And would you say it's about 12,000 feet?
Something like that. Pretty close to that. Which
is crazy to me, because all my memories just came up this hike that we did about a year ago. Oh wait. That ended at 12,000 feet. But I think we started the hike at 11,000 feet. Whereas right now where we're driving, I think we're at maybe about 4,000 feet. So if we were to start to hike up here at 4,000 to 12, that would be really hard. And it says like that there's like big old glaciers. Does this one have crevasses on it?
I don't know.
Like that one. We were looking up hiking Mount Rainier in Washington, and it's like intense. Like you have to hire guides, and there's crevasses, and like it looked like a miniature Everest. If anyone's climbed Everest, they're probably gonna be like, wow, you're ridiculous, but that's what it looked like. Because that was a 14er, and we've hiked one 14er back home, and it was nothing like that. But yeah, just thought I'd show you guys that. Pretty cool. Alright, so we are in Portland, Oregon now. Goodness, look at the bags under my eyes. So we just finished up walking through the International Rose Test Garden. It's actually really cool because it's free. It's not huge, but it's decently sized for a free little garden that you get to walk through. Beautiful roses, lots of Insta photo opportunities. We saw so many people taking their Insta photos. It's pretty funny. But we, like I said, it's free. And oh, pro tip, we tried to ride some of those free little scooters into them, or not free, the scooters aren't free. We tried to ride some of those scooters into there, and you can't park right next to the garden. So we rode the scooters in, and then we had to ride them back out a little bit and park. They're still fun to ride. The first time riding those electric scooters. Now we're just trying to find some food. We're on our search for the best Mexican food in the Pacific Northwest. It doesn't seem to really exist except for street tacos. And if you're from Colorado, street tacos don't cut it when it comes to Mexican food.